Well, back in my recording chair and several layers on ready to go out to the temple, and today, in some ways, unfortunately, it's going to be the last day of the build. I haven't recorded for a couple of days because it's been quite tough on a lot of us for lots of reasons. First of all, the weather has been atrocious. It's like somebody somewhere is really testing everyone. My heart goes out to the mostly guys, but some women as well, who are out there at the temple, up high, building and screwing things together with the gales blowing. It's just been awful, and I really don't know how on earth they did it, but their dedication is beyond measure, especially when everybody is virtually doing it as a volunteer. I thought the Americans were actually being paid to come over, but they have given up a month of their time to come over to be hit with our rain, our storm. But then a couple of nights ago, everything cleared, the internal lights were put on in the temple, and we were just looking out over the city with the temple lit up, and that's what it's all about. It was absolutely beautiful. For a lot of us, we had a very difficult day when the spire went on. It is a solid spire at the very top, and we were all in the middle of working, and David just said, right, everybody stop, this spire is for you. And he asked us just to come up and write whoever we wanted to dedicate the temple, our work, our wishes to. And in groups of ones, twos, solitary, we all came up and just wrote on it what we wanted, what our intentions were for the temple. Sorry. This is what the temple does to you. Yeah, so we all wrote on it, and just a deathly silence came over the place. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And despite looking at me, it wasn't sad. It was just, it was calm. It was lovely. So we all wrote who and what we wanted to dedicate the temple to, and then we all just stood back, and the crane came along and it was attached, and again we just all watched in peaceful contemplation as the spire was put up at the top of the temple. And it was a lovely act for us who had put the effort in, some a lot more than me, that we knew that what we had written was up at the top of the temple. It was just amongst us. It was there, but it was private. So it's been a tough week, but a good week. The weather was against people. We were so far behind at one stage. I think everybody thought the opening was going to have to be put off, but the guys stayed there to 7, 8 o'clock at night. It was dark when they were leaving. It was just, I just hope Derry appreciates the dedication they put in. So everything, I think, is back on track. Today's the last day. Hopefully it will be the very end of the structural stuff, putting all the lovely fancy bits around it, and at the end of the day we're hopefully going to be able to ourselves leave some things. I've decided that my mother died very, very quickly from lung cancer. I think it was 6 months from when she was diagnosed to when she passed away. And she herself didn't want to know what was going on, so we hadn't really time to talk to her and say our goodbyes properly. And she wanted to be cremated, but when her ashes were being buried, I just couldn't bear putting them all away. So I kept a sort of small jar that I've had in the house, and I've been wondering what to do with it. And I think the time is right. The time is right now for me just to say, okay, Mum, you know, you're in here, and I'll let you go. So this is my mum's ashes. So hopefully she'll enjoy the burn from a slightly different perspective, but she'll be with me.